Hi and welcome to our presentation about work marketing. The presentation will be presented by myself, Georgia, and these are the topics that we're going to discuss in this presentation. I will start with the history of work marketing. Nowadays, it's starting to be common to hear about work marketing, even though this term was first used in 1940s. The term means to be knowledgeable about social issues that are happening in the environment surrounding us, such as stereotypes, discrimination, or injustice, in addition to sexism and racism. Initially, the term was associated with Black Americans fighting racism, but nowadays the term was converted into talk about social issues as meant before. The whole idea of woke resurfaced in 2016 with a group of people fighting for social justice and community accountability. A problem with woke marketing is that if brands have confidence in old fashion ideas, they risk to lose power and wealth. For this reason, it's vital for brands to consider the impact that their advertising can have on a large scale. Along with work marketing, another term that can be new is work advertising, which refers to when brands take advantage of these issues and use them in their advertisements. An example can be the brand Pepsi that was showing an advertisement called Jumping Pepsi Moment, Kendall Jenner, and she was featured with a Pepsi can in her hand during a protest on the streets, and she was reaching to this cop and passing him the Pepsi can, and he took a sip from the can itself. The purpose of this campaign was to reach millennials and to project a global message of unity, peace, and understanding. The next session will discuss the advantages of work marketing, and it will be presented by Jillian.
Thanks, Georgia. The first advantage that we can talk about is the ability for woke marketing to boost your brand loyalty. Where the objective of a brand's marketing campaign is to encourage consumers to take a clear stance, the campaign message must align with a human feeling that cuts through the need to hard sell approach. If this is implemented correctly, consumers are likely to buy into a brand's message because of its principle, increasing the opportunity to establish trust and build loyalty. Consistency and transparency in a brand's message are key in creating and sustaining this loyalty amongst customers. An example where we can see this has been really successful is outdoor clothing company Patagonia. This company chose to donate all profits made in their Black Friday sale in 2016 to environmental groups tackling climate change. This resulted in $10 million in sales, which was a 300% increase in sales over a year period where 60% of customers were new buyers. Additionally, woke marketing can offer your company a competitive advantage. With woke marketing, you don't need to be the first among competitors, you just need to be better. Heineken are a great example of this, where following on from Pepsi's ad featuring Kendall Jenner, Heineken released a successful socially conscious ad shortly after, titled Worlds Apart. This ad brought together people with opposing political viewpoints, including feminism, climate change, and transgender rights. The participants were initially unaware of the exercise. After eventually revealing the opposing views, each person was given two options. You may go or stay and discuss your differences over a beer. However, it's not only customers woke marketing influences, it can also aid an organisation's recruitment and retention. With 75% of the global workforce expected to be made up of millennials by 2025, this generation value a brand's corporate social responsibility and progressive ideas more than money. Hiring an employee who is joining your organisation based on its cultures and values offers the opportunity to create a loyal and lasting relationship. We can see this in figures highlighted where 70% of business executives consider social responsibility in an organisation as a significant reason when choosing a job role. It can also contribute to a more satisfied workforce with 30% higher levels of innovation and 40% levels of retention than competitors. Additionally, woke marketing provides an opportunity for brands to connect with consumers on a more personal level by broaching issues their customers are passionate about. This can improve customer relationships, which in turn increases a brand's profit, which is essential to sustain a successful business. Good customer relationships can result in customer recommendations, also known as word of mouth communication. This can prove extremely influential in consumers' purchasing decisions and can secure another loyal customer. The overall theme, and perhaps the most important point we can see from the advantages mentioned, is the opportunity woke marketing offers to increase profit. Having loyal customers who are advocates for your brand proves extremely beneficial in boosting sales, which in turn increases profits. This loyalty presents as a competitive advantage which cannot easily be mimicked by competitors, and therefore offering the opportunity to be a leader in industry. Additionally, having implemented a woke marketing campaign, people, in particular millennials, are more likely to search for a job at your organisation with strong values that match their own. This can lower the cost of recruitment, which reduces outgoings and increases the opportunity for profit. And from the quote seen on screen, Deloitte's 2019 report perfectly sums up the advantages of woke marketing, stating purpose-driven companies witness higher market share gains and grow 3 times faster on average than their competitors, all while achieving higher workforce and customer satisfaction. Now Paolo will discuss the disadvantages associated with woke marketing.
Thank you, Gillian. So we've just seen woke marketing as different advantages. However, it presents disadvantages as well. One of the big disadvantages of woke marketing is when it becomes woke washing. Woke washing is a term that describes when a company provides the appearance of being part of social consciousness, but without doing anything in practice. So to make an example, we can use the company H&M. In 2015, the company published a YouTube video called H&M Conscious, Sustainable Fashion Through Recycled Clothes. In the advertisement, the company stressed the fact that you can be everyone and you can dress wherever you like, but it's important for you to recycle the clothes because it's good for the environment. However, it is also true that fast fashion highly contributes to damage the environment. According to the latest data, the industry produces 92 million tons of waste every year and it consumes 1.5 trillion liters of water. And regarding this, H&M is one of the biggest in the industry. Another example comes from the Coca-Cola company, when in 2015 published an advertisement showing its effort to be more sustainable regarding the packaging of its products. However, the firm has been named as the worst plastic polluter of the world for 4 years in a row in 2021. These two are 2 clear examples of woke washing, and this can be really damage the trust between the company and the customers, as affirmed also by the CEO of Unilever. Another disadvantage from woke advertising is when it can receive a possible backlash from, let's say, old customers. So in woke advertising, the company aims to sell an idea and not a product, and this can be a trauma for customers who are not used to this type of advertisement. An example has been the famous advertisement made by Gillette. In the advertisement, the company targets the toxic masculinity, and it shows that it can change. It changed the slogan from "the best a man can get" to the best a man can be. The advertisement attracted a lot of views, 4 million on YouTube in 48 hours, but they also attract largely negative comments stating that will never buy Gillette again. Another example comes from the retailer Marks & Spencer. In 2019, the company launched a sandwich with lettuce, guacamole, bacon, and tomato to create the LGBT acronym. The introduction of this sandwich triggered positive but also negative feelings from the customers. On one hand, many people like the gestures of the company supporting the LGBT community. On the other hand, other people affirmed that the company was just exploiting the LGBT culture to make money. Another disadvantage is that woke advertising is not liked by everyone, especially when it's not relevant. For example, a survey conducted by YouGov, 37% of the respondents affirm that being woke is a bad thing. And as a consequence, a brand that decides to go woke must remember that not all consumers like it, and it can result in lower sales of the product or the service offered by the company. However, it might also get worse when the woke advertisement is not relevant at all. For example, in 2021, the giant tech Microsoft released its Microsoft Ignite, an annual conference about the last products and services. However, during the conference, different presenters introducing themselves by saying their name, but also their pronouns, their race, and their physical parents. Several were the critics of the conference, especially people who watched it, wondering why the host included their gender, pronouns, and other information without a specific reason. Another disadvantage of the woke advertising, and it can be risky if not done correctly. So since we are discussing about social issues like environment and discrimination, if the woke advertising not done correctly, can be a risk for the company. One of the most failed woke advertising is the one made by PepsiCo, as George previously explained. However, there are also more cases. For example, in 2013, the company Hyundai made a new advertisement for the British market. In the advertisement, it's possible to see a man attempting a suicide with exhaust fumes. However, it fails to do it since the new car emits only water vapor. Daddy has been named by the drum as Eddie of the Day. However, it received many critics with controversy and of lack of sensibility. After receiving several complaints, especially from sensitive people, the company has been forced to apologize in public and also remove the ad from all the channels. And also, the last disadvantage of woke advertising, it can be difficult to customers to understand what the company is selling. As we have said before, in woke marketing, the company doesn't sell a tangible product, but it sells an idea. It's trying to change the way people think. And this can damage a firm because woke ads are failing to sell products or services, which is the main way for a business to be successful and survive. So now Morven can talk about the potential issue of woke marketing.
A potential issue for the organisation could be that they invest money into the new marketing campaign and it fails. By trying to target a younger audience, the company will have to invest money into the target audience to find issues that they can relate to, advertising methods that will impact them directly, whether it's social media or TV adverts, and how they will convey their message in a way that will change their opinion on the company being dated and used by older people. The cost for marketing campaigns varies with different factors. The marketing budget, targets, and the number of channels to be used all have an impact. Social media is free to set up and to create an account, however, it can cost a lot in order for campaigns to be successful and reach a wide audience. In 2020, around 87% of young people in the UK had social media accounts. Social media would be the most effective tool to target a younger audience. It would involve a lot of time and money to ensure adverts would be seen. If the adverts are not successful, then it could result in the company wasting money and time that they may not be able to get back. If the campaign is not successful, it will not only get ignored, resulting in money being lost. However, it can be difficult to track where it went wrong. It could be a simple change in a heading or picture that could change the whole campaign's outcome. It is a risk creating a new campaign which is targeting a new audience, as if it fails, a large amount of money will be lost where future campaigns may not be able to be funded and competitors may take over in the market. The organisation may not be able to afford continuous campaign changes in order to get it right due to sales being stagnant in recent years. An example of a failed marketing advert would be McDonald's UK TV advert in 2017. The advert showed a young boy talking to his mum about his dead father and their love for the filet fish sandwich. McDonald's took a lot of complaints from people from using grief to sell sandwiches. This made the organisation come across as insensitive to people dealing with grief as well as children. Although McDonald's is a large fast food chain, it would still cost a lot of money funding the campaign for it to be taken down shortly after. This shows that even the largest of companies can make mistakes when it comes to marketing. a campaign. In conclusion, woke marketing can be a potential success for the company, however, it can also have a downside. It is important for the organisation to weigh up the advantages and disadvantages to figure out what works best for them, what would be a successful campaign that would target a new, younger audience. Thank you for listening.